to start.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on record. So the meeting has commenced officially. So today is 13th of December 2019, and this is our second meeting. The first meeting was actually a big flop. We had several issues that made it to be a big flop. I think we have improved today, even though network wanted to tempt us initially. Mr. Matthew, you are just coming to see your face. All right. Guys, our meeting today is so important because yesterday we had a very wonderful experience. Yesterday was the very first time we experienced a very big event where so many cars were given out. Amazement. So many of us who were new to that kind of experience, we were all amazed. We came back home perplexed. Please, there should be no interference, no noise on the background so we can understand each other very well.
Mute everybody.
All right, you are all muted, and I pray that more people come because we are very few now. We are just about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us. So our meeting today, like I said earlier, is very important. We are here today to remind ourselves about who we are and what we are doing and where we are going, and also to give ourselves the opportunity to ask questions as leaders so that we can know how to pilot the affair of Team 5 to win. We are members scattered across every part of Nigeria, and we even have some people joining us in this, our Team 5 from outside Nigeria. So I think that the easiest and the cheapest way for us to always interact like this visually is this platform of Zoom meeting. So this opportunity is for us all to see each other and extend our interaction from chat room to a video discussion. Yesterday meeting was an eye-opener and a mind-blowing one. And let me be sure that this thing is still recording. Yeah, it's still recording. So we have resolved that we'll be having this meeting continually, hopefully in the next 7 days, for us to comprehensively dissect every aspect of German life and Team 5 to win. The first and foremost here is that, let me explain a little bit what Team 5 to win simply means. Team 5 to win simply means that people who have come together after various experiences from different angles. We have come together to say no to poverty. We have come together to say no to disappointment in the internet space. So we have come together to form a solid front that will challenge anything that stands as a stumbling block on the internet business. We are not relenting in any way on the internet business because the internet business today is the home of wealth, is the home of financial abundance. In this abundance space, and with all of our knowledge, experience, and commitment on the internet for several months and years will not be thrown away simply because a few internet network businesses disappointed us. So instead of us to live in disappointment and frustration, we will gather our experiences and start afresh. Starting afresh here does not mean that we are starting from zero, but we thank God we are starting from our experience. Our experience is our foundation. So that is why we believe that Team 5 to win, as the name implies, simply means before we commence this meeting officially, somebody was worried about the name Team 5. That why Team 5? Because we wanted 100 leaders. Why not Team 100? It could be why not Team 200 or why not Team 1000? But let's understand something here. that our team here has one of these mission and vision that I'm sorry to mention this. Some of you are not happy when we talk about TBC, but we will understand as time goes on that TBC is our background, is our foundation. So we have the intention of bringing not fewer than 5 million. We are looking at the possibility of bringing 10 million people into TBC community. So it means that we are bringing in 10 million people into German Life. So the question could be, why not team 1 million or team 10 million? So now to cut the story short, because of time, I know that we're already starting late because of internet problem we had, is that team 5 simply means that 5 can form a good group whereby they can, the 5 people can strategize. So the 5 here mean that we are a duplicated 5. We could have 5 people we can reckon with among ourselves to make a move. Sometimes people need to be supportive to each other in order for them to make impact. I alone cannot go far unless I am supported by a neighbor. You alone cannot go far unless you're supported by a neighbor. So the 5 here, we're trying to symbolize a neighborhood movement whereby I have 5 people that I can call my close persons. So we expect that everybody duplicates this concept. Anywhere you are, look for the immediate people around you to form a 5 agreeable people. Like in our team here, here we are, the 5 of us, we are so agreeable that no matter our differences, it's usually sorted out within seconds or minutes. So that 5, that name 5, and as we appeared 5, it's been helping us. So we want 5 people from Port Harcourt, 5 people from Enugu, 5 people from any part of the world. That 5 people will then be expanding, But here come why we must continue to expand. We have learned from everywhere, every resources, either book or Facebook or caption, that leadership is about responsibilities shared in a teammanship. So when people say they want to form a team, they have a responsibility to work together. And that is what we need. So every teaching about German Life boils down to the team that is supporting the teaching. You could have a very good teacher if you don't have a very good agreement. The teaching will go nowhere. You could have a good presentation and the presentation will not yield result because it is not supported by people who agree to work together. So many of us here in this leadership forum all understood what German Life is, even though we're going to make some little input. So today, this call here is call for responsiveness, that we should be responsible to our initial agreement. Success is defined. Success is defined. I want to please define success in my own little way as three-step progress. Number 1 is agreement. Success is defined as people coming together to have an agreement to work together. So 100 leaders we demanded is that we initiated the agreement movement that let us come and agree. Let us come. We came together as an agreement, but the stage 2, which is the progress, is what we are lacking right now. So this meeting is to challenge ourselves for what we have done right and for what we have refused to do right. So at the midpoint now, which is working together for success to be achieved, is where we are having problem. And that is the reason we have called for this meeting. But because I have other leaders here who will be making comments, like I said, we are already some minutes past 9, if I'm right. I would like to give us a summary in brief so that the floor will be open for comments and other people to make input. We already know what Team 5 is. Let's talk about German Life. I know that a lot of us here in the leadership have not performed to the best we can as an individual. We can admit that. Many of you here can admit that. And the reasons some of you have postulated is the fact that you have wrongly defined German life to people. And that is the reason and even though we are making success, we are making progress, but we are making an underrated success because we expect to fly like jet. We are not comparing ourselves with any other team. So our solace is not on any other team that is slower. We cannot measure the degree of our performance by the fact that some other team who started before us have not gone ahead. So why are we complaining? No, we must complain because we are independent. We can fly at our own pace. We are too big to grow at this pace we are growing right now. So I want us to understand German life from the point of view, I beg your pardon, the point of view I'm seeing it. German life should not be seen as a network investment, network business. No, not at all. It's not a network system. Because if you look at the comprehensive, if you all, hello?
My also is on.
Mr. Sunday. Okay, I've just muted him. If you look at the how comprehensive German life is, German life when they started as far back as 1992, it wasn't a network platform. It is the impression that German life has made that has made it to adopt an MLM structure to build a community for itself. So it means that the basis and the foundation for which German life came is not for its enrichment. German life did not come, or the management by Mr. Colt from Belgium did not establish German life in order to enrich himself. Otherwise, it would have started as a network platform from inception. Now, at inception, German life came as an empowerment program to empower people. And how does it empower people? Through two ways. Two ways of empowerment. Number one is through trading. Then number two is through capacity building. Now, in the capacity building, German life is interested in training people how to become resourceful for them, that people should become resourceful for themselves, self-sufficient. Now, we have several network companies that are into trading of one product or the other, and then they call them product network companies. And what do? They are playing on our psychology. They manufacture products and inscribe their names and they package it in the way it will appear colorful and tag prices on them at extortionate rates. Example, Long Reach. Okay, like Long Reach produces toothpaste, but the question is, at what price do they sell that toothpaste? So they do this in order to just let people feel that, oh, what they do is they actually produce a product that they sell. But the point is, their target is not on the product, their target is on exploiting the people. So German life has the best program so far. That is why it is not interested, please hold it, I beg. It's not interested in people's finances in terms of stealing from them, but rather Coit said that he came into the charity foundation because of the suffering level of people and the poverty rate of people, especially Africa. And then, so if you're joining German life at inception, you are coming in to be trained so that you can do fish farming for yourself, bead making for yourself, small chops like appetizers. Okay, I mentioned bead making, even carpentry. They train people on carpentry as well, fish farming, and several other farmings like that. They do this in order to make people grow financially. Now, it is because they've been doing so well, people came in mass, and now they extended into network marketing. Now, what do we see even in the network marketing? Now, what do we see even in the network marketing? What we see is a future that is bright. German Life is partnering with ShopRite. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that the partnership that German Life is having with ShopRite is just for the moment? German Life is certainly going to set off ShopRite in the future because it is building its own shopping mall. That's to tell you that this company is long-lasting. It has a vision for the future. I was reading on Facebook, and I connected Facebook through Google, and I saw this person, the owner of Twitter, who has announced, he tweeted that he is relocating to Africa because Africa has the future, that the future will come from Africa. And why is he making this statement? It's because Africans have been embracing new innovations like this program, German Life, coming from a Belgian man. So German Life, Nigerian is the target actually. So if someone says it's coming to Africa, Nigeria is the target. So my reference to this owner of Twitter here is that we who are already Nigerians, before these people come, let us lay a solid foundation for ourselves. Even Mark Zuckerberg is also targeting Africa. Mr. Abundance is targeting Africa. If all these people who are coming with one idea or the other are targeting Africa, we should know before time that Nigerian is the target, is the destination. So German Life that we have started, we need to take it very, very seriously. So when we look at it from the point of absolute network system, we're getting it wrong. So we should be approaching German Life as a concept of a non-governmental organization which accept or recruit its membership through the membership fee. And the membership fee is specifically for your training. It is just stipends that you pay for you to receive this important life-changing training that will empower you. So, but the benefit of the matrix compensation is a reward that comes in from your training. So if we are able to present the core message of German Life as the builder of the future, we will be able to understand that we are not making any mistake, and we should not be shy or ashamed of promoting TBC in any part of the world we belong. So I have several other things to talk, but let me give audience to you guys, every one of you here, because you've stayed up to this point. Some of you just came back from work and you're tired. So many things we have to talk about. That is why I said this should be 1 week, because if I open the handbook that was distributed at the event center yesterday, so many interesting captions here, especially the keynote speech delivered by Lady May is very, very instructive, very, very encouraging. I would have loved to read that speech. It's so important. In fact, part of the speech tells us about the project that German Life has for its members and partners. But I know that with time we'll get there, because before we round up this meeting today, we'll be talking about something very, very important. Some of you may like it, some of you may not like it. But right now, please let me open the floor for responses, and everything that is necessary will be communicated in course of the meeting. So God bless you all. So please, anyone who has something to say should please indicate while we mute every other person. Hello. Okay, Mr. Chibex. Hi. Mr. Chibex, you have the floor. So let every other person mute him or herself so that we can have good audience, even if it's just a quality 10 minutes or 20 minutes before we go to bed. All right.
Yeah. Good evening, fellow leaders and wonderful people. You're welcome to this meeting. It's unfortunate that network did not allow many of us to join on time. But since we have this meeting for 7 days, so we'd like to have it brief today, and tomorrow we prepare full, very full. So I'm with Mr. Matthew here. So he will be making comments very soon. So I really welcome all of us to this meeting and to Team 5 to win generally. So what I want from all of us is that we should believe in this team. I've said this several times, that why people are not passionate or committed, that they are feeling cheated. They are feeling as if other people are using them to achieve their goal, which we are seeing in different other things. But I've come here to see fairness and see transparency. So I want to assure you that there is nothing to fear here. We are transparent. So come out from your shell and work with us. Wherever you are, take it as your own personal business. The way you will drive your personal business is the way you're supposed to drive this. I expect you to drive this because actually it is your personal business. You are not, the money you are earning when we are working, nobody is going to collect it from you. And anybody who arrive at where other people arrive, you will receive the award that is relevant to that position. We are just coming from award ceremony yesterday, and what we saw there is really mind-blowing. And this is happening to common Nigerians like me and you. So if we see this wonderful future destiny waiting for us, that you will commit hard work for 1 year and you achieve greatness, why we will not want to do that? So some of us have worked for 30 years. Some people work for 50 years. They retire and retire poor. No promise. Even the people that they are promising pension, they struggle before they even get anything from the government. But this is a bright future, a business that is, as you're working, you're getting your reward immediately. That if you commit 1 full year in the business, you would have built a wonderful future. You would have built a great future for you and your entire family. So I don't want to bore us with words. What I want to say is that all of us should wake up and embrace this. Put the commitment. Don't hide from afar and wait for few people to do the work for you. Everybody should be committed wherever you are. Take it as your personal business. And why we form a team is that all of us should commit our efforts to achieve this result faster. So if you are a member of this team, we want to see your effort, we want to see your best. We want you to give 100% commitment to this team. By so doing, we will achieve this thing faster.
All
the
right.
next car award is June next year. If
All right.
all of us commit our efforts, by June next year, so many of us will be singing this new song. We will be singing Song of Joy. So
Okay.
I will allow Matthew, since I'm with Mr. Matthew here.
No, Matthew, hold on. Matthew, hold on first. Let Matthew hold on first. Who else wants to make contribution? Anyone there? Okay. in the absence of someone else saying anything, Mr. Matthew, you can come in. Because it's already on record. So even those who do not attend, were not able to come in, they can they can go over the replay later in the day, and then they are still part of the meeting.
Good. Thank you all. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to see ourselves once again face to face. But we are not just calling for this meeting, or we are not just here for a familiarization of faces, but we want something better and greater than that. What the two speakers have just said, mine is a little bit in line with it somehow. At this level, what we saw yesterday at the German Live presented
Matthew, you have muted yourself. Hello, 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 hello. Matthew, hello, Matthew. Hold on. You have muted yourself. You muted yourself.
Oh. I'm sorry. what we are saying, why we are here, we are not just here for a familiarization of faces, because we're already familiar with ourselves to some extent. But what we saw at the German Live Award ceremony yesterday was just beyond what we expected. We saw people who were ordinarily not promised a travel trip, but they were issued a certificate for California, all because they have achieved some status in German Live. And again, what we are looking for at this point in time, we are not looking below average. Our average capacity in the next 6 months to guarantee us what we want is nothing less than 100,000 registration in Team 5 to win. Nothing short of 100,000. That was why initially we called for 100 leaders. These 100 leaders were the ones to do the work, to do the drive, to make sure every other member in Team 5 to win is not starved of referral and downline. By this, we are employing all our members here, all our leaders, to let us join hands, visit our local communities, our streets, our village meeting, our various communities in our various cities, towns and villages. Invite us, lead us to them. You might not be the one to make the presentation, but let them know that you are inviting a team for a business talk. If we cannot promote a business of 2,000, how much business can we promote? What German Life invites you to do is open a workshop with 2,000 naira that will give you a house, that will give you cars, that will give you millions. Just open a workshop costing 2,000 naira. If you want to have multiple workshops, make it 7 workshops, 14,000 naira, 20 workshops, depending on the amount of workshop you want to open. These are where you make your sales and earn money. This is exactly what German Life is inviting us. People who registered with 2,000 naira and promoted their line yesterday, they were not expecting to go to California, but they were given California certificate yesterday.
Mr. Matthew, thank you very much. Let's listen to Mr. You will come back. Maybe Mr. Michael Adedayo's comment may bring you back. Let's listen to Mr. Mike Adebayo. Hello, Mr. Mike. Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael, your hand is up. You are welcome. You can come in. Let's hear you. Okay. Mr. Michael is not saying anything. Then next person here, Mr. Infinix Hot 4. Infinix Hot 4, please introduce yourself. Let's know you, please. Infinix Hot 4, please. Let's hear you, please.
Infinite touch for life.
Mr. Sunday. Mr. Sunday.
Yeah.
Alpha.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
You didn't come for the event. You didn't come for the event.
Yes, you know that issue I discussed with you.
Okay, yeah, I remember. Oh, so I should have asked how the whole thing went, sir. I'm sorry.
We later lost her.
You said what?
We lost her.
Oh, so sorry. May I so rest in peace.
Lost her.
Oh, too bad. Too bad. Oh.
That was why I couldn't make it to the meeting. And it really pained me. And it set me, and I was confused all through because I just managed to wriggle myself out of the whole emotional stress. But to the glory of God, I watched some of the videos posted online about the award presentation, and it was a great encouragement to me. And I think it should be a great encouragement to everybody in this room. And I want us to really jettison the way we have been doing things before now. We cannot continue doing things the same way and we expect a better result. So this calls for everybody's attention. We need to stop sitting on the fence. We need to go all out and do all that is within our ability and capacity to bring people into this net and to let them know what is at stake and what they stand to gain. Jama Life is all about skill acquisition. And when you acquire a skill, you become a better citizen. You become a better person to yourself and to your community and to a large extent to the entire country. It is high time we stop saying there is no job, and we keep complaining, we keep grumbling, we keep joining the bandwagon of people complaining every day in out. So we need to set ourselves separate. We need to do something that will make people to begin to come to us and begin to ask us, what are you doing? But until we go out and exercise this power that we all have, this free, how will I put it now? This freedom that we all have to talk freely. Nobody is asking us to pay before we talk. All we need to do is make people to realize what they stand to gain by joining Jama Life. 2,000 naira. Nobody, I don't see anybody throwing 2,000 naira away and begin to feel that he has lost something in this present day in Nigeria. I think 2,000 naira is so infinitesimal, it's so small that we should be able to even open 7 accounts, which is 14,000 naira. If we should lose 14,000 naira today, we will not because of that die. People that Nigerians with this mindset of they want to dupe me, They want to do this, they want to do that. I don't understand them. What are they doing? That should not be the issue right now. We should go all out and target soft spots that we know. People, I mean, the right market is there. The right target, the people that are really hungry for this thing that Gamma Life is trying to push to us. They are out there. And until we go out, we will not be able to get them. In my own little corner here, I've been trying as much as possible to bring people in. And thank God, they have been coming in. I've been trying to explain to them in a way they will understand it better. And to the glory of God, they have been yielding. And that is what I think every one of us should focus on against the next mega award. So that by the grace of God, we will be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 30 car awardees from Team 5 to win. So that is just my advice to everybody. And I want us to run with this vision. And I see God blessing us immensely.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me use this opportunity to announce to all persons around the world that will be watching this video or this record that this video or broadcast is coming from Team 5 to Win. This Team 5 to Win broadcast is the leadership management team of the entire Team 5 to Win in partnership with Gamma Life International. And to associate with this team, you start by subscribing to the channel, the YouTube channel of this team, which is below. You click the red button to subscribe to the channel. And also, you can click the bell. You will always get a notification each time Team 5 to Win upload a video. Our Telegram link is also below this video. So you can click the Telegram link to join us in our chat room. All right, thank you, Mr. Sunday. That address is very, very interesting. I think the rest members of the team who are not here will catch up from this. And we have a very important announcement, which to some people, it may not settle down well with them. But to the strong and to the vibrant, they will accept it in good faith because it's a drastic decision that is necessary. Otherwise, we will just, even with our watch, look at Team 5 to Win crumble. Because I am noticing that the passiveness of some members in the team is already making the active members to take a back seat. And if this continue, you'll find out that everybody will just take a back seat and the whole team will die off, which we cannot tolerate in any way at all. So we are very familiar with eviction and elimination in our system. I think in the leadership, we started evicting members who were not showing much interest in the leadership table. And from then, we moved over to those who were underperforming in the as another phase of eviction. So right now, just less than 5% of a good number of people, over 140 or 150 leaders, just less than 5% are considered to be active in this platform, which is a very, very bad and poor remark. So we have resolved to take a drastic action on that based on our experience, expert experience and advice from yesterday's eye-opening meeting or event. So for those who believe that they will do nothing and get nothing, we will be magnanimous to them. We'll be kind enough to them that they will not in any way lose money, but they might lose membership of Team 5 to Win by Team 5 to Win reclaiming all accounts that each owner has decided to stay idle. Those accounts will be reclaimed, and it's it's very, very possible we have administrative support for that. So I believe that members who are in our team, who are right now in the group or who have left the group, if any of them is watching this video right now and is still adamant to being active, I'm sorry, you are risking your account and you are risking the future blessings that this account can bring to you. So in the days that lies ahead, in the 6 days remaining for this show, we'll be understanding more about why we have no excuse to promote German life with everything that we have got. So let me proceed. Mr. Michael Adedayo's hand is still up. I don't know if he's just, okay. I saw him just now. And Mr. Infinix Hot 4 Lights, you're on right now. Please, we want to hear a word from you. Are you there? Okay. Mr. Hot 4. Okay, Hot 4, please talk to us. We want to hear from you. Yes, you are unmuted, so please speak to us. Okay. Should we move over to Olusegun?
Hot 4 is a suspect.
So,
if he doesn't want to.
Mr. Olusegun.
Yeah.
Please, Abeg, greet us, talk to us, tell us good news, what's happening on your side.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, very well, very well.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a great work. I'm just joining. Somebody locked my phone, so I've been trying to do that. I just at the network too. So I don't really know what people are doing. Although I heard the last one you are trying to say that people are only they supposed. And I've heard your saying also that initially good at when they join the not sharing. But even at that, when you say that we have to attend that, it feels that one way or the other you have to continue development. Anyone who is part of it. You can't just be a leader and that you need to do some work in order to be the team. That's what I've seen. We have been trying on my own side to working underneath. Just that there are some things I've been expecting that I've not seen, and I'm somehow, I don't know. Anyway, I'm still part of the team, ready to work with the team. We are going to work together and take this team to the higher ground. So God helping us.
All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Matthew. Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
I think at this point, maybe you close the meeting so that we prepare for tomorrow's training. Our training tomorrow still hold on. Are you right?
Yes, exactly.
So let's prepare for.
So what we are saying in essence, as to every other participant in this meeting has rightly said is simple and short. My brother, my sister, Team 5 to Win is calling on all of us to wake up from our slumber. Let's do the real thing. What is the real thing? Let's work for our team and let our team take us to the glory land. That is just a short message. Let's work for our team, Team 5 to Win. and let our team, Team 5 to win, take us to the glory land. We saw some people in the glory land yesterday. We want to be there by June this year. It's a period of 6 months. And this period of 6 months, we are making a projection of not less than 100,000 accounts. With proper placement, if we have 100,000 accounts under Team 5 to win, we are sure of taking close to 50 to 100 people to stage 5, stage 6. It's as sure as any other thing.
All right.
The population is here. Let's do the work in our various streets. Lead us here. Thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. At this point, I want to take 1 more minute, please. 1 more minute to address one issue, and I want it open and public. Open and public, so that everybody will know what we're saying and how we're saying it. And this particular address is to Mr. Taofik, because I guess this is something that not just him alone who is thinking this way, maybe somebody else is thinking this way as well. It was funny when earlier on this show, Mr. Taofik complained about the name of Team 5. And that why is it Team 5? Is it that the whole leadership is to build the top 5? See, summarily, the best answer for that is that it is yes and it is no. Leadership is not a position. Leadership is an influence. So you can lead from bottom. You can lead from any angle that you belong, as long as you can establish a presence of leadership, which is influence. Leadership is defined as the presence of capability through your influence. If your influence can command a change, that's leadership. If your influence can command a change or effect an action, that is leadership. So this leadership or Team 5, everybody can create a top 5 for himself. The moment you emerge, the moment you have become a member in Jama Life, don't we have Lady May? We have Lady May and we have Lady Joy. These are the 2 pillars of Jama Life in Nigeria. So they were not even up to 5, they were just 2. So we can call them Team 2. So our case is even better, we are Team 5. So from the moment you start, you need to influence people to understanding without deceiving them, telling them the truth about the movement you have initiated. So people who key into your vision, accepting the models of operation becomes your partner. Jama Life has taught us in all their languages all along that people dealing with them, having businesses to do with them, are their partners. They are not their servants. So nobody is anybody's servant here. Anyone can choose to subscribe to Jama Life through anybody's link. And we are all familiar with networks, how they work. The day you register, you are not superior to your sponsor. Your sponsor is your sponsor until you overtake your sponsor. So when you overtake your sponsor is no longer your sponsor. You are somebody else become your sponsor. So, Mr. Taofik, I want you to disabuse your mind from that kind of negative thinking. So you can form Team 1 million, Team 2 billion, Team whatever you like. We have people there at the event center bearing different teams and different names. So I think we have spent good time on this call tonight. I want to beg every one of us to meet here tomorrow again. So tomorrow we'll be giving us feedback from our offline presentation. In fact, the work of Team 5 to win and Jama Life begins now. The day after the last award becomes a new beginning of a new season. Jama Life has
Happy New
ended.
Year.
Yes, that is it. It's a new year now. Jama Life has ended the last season by wrapping it up with the biggest event where they gave out 30 cars. So we have entered a new season, preparing for the next car award. And the prayer is that it's forward ever. So the next season, we are expecting 3 times or 4 times what they gave yesterday. And we will be partakers and awardees.
Yes.
What's going to happen on that day? So the journey starts now. We are going for community orientation. Tomorrow we'll be talking about community orientation, how we are going to cover various communities and how we are going to visit communities. That should be the discussion for tomorrow. So every one of us should go and think on how we can penetrate various communities by way of visitation. Team 5 is there available for any visit. We have gifted leaders who can break down the teaching of Jama Life very well. So all we need is the audience. The audience is all we need. And
Yes, sir.
so
Sure.
community orientation is the topic for tomorrow. How are we going to break into various communities? I have seen videos of friends in Jama Life who went into village heads in Osun State and Ogun State. And I thought that guy was just a beginner. He is one of the awardees yesterday in the car award. I spoke to Matthew about the person. So he went to villages and met the kings of the community, talked to them, and they granted him audience. The king assembled people, they addressed them. So it is onward thing. It's a continuous thing. Life is a continuous struggle. Once you stop struggling, you start dying, you start losing. So let us continue to increase in value. Let us continue to fight. Let us not rest. Let us not rest. If Lady May, as fat as she is, she can still leave her home to come for event. The event is coming for, the last time we attended her seminar, she came also. Yesterday event, she also came. All of this is still promotion. She's still working. She addressed people, she writes stories, she attend to people's questions and challenges on registration. She attend to people as admin. She is still working, even with her size. So why are we always trying to be slow? We don't need this. So at this point, I want to thank everybody for keeping this time. I know we've eaten long into your time. So God bless us. We'll see tomorrow at a good time, 8 o'clock. God bless you all.
Thank
Yes.
you. Good night.
Team 5
To
to
win.
win.
Right.